Next to the election and the seat with the tightest margin in our region, Oxford West and Abingdon. The candidates have clashed in the latest BBC Radio Oxford hustings. Issues on the agenda included the controversial Expressway and Brexit, as Jessica Banham reports.
It's the last of our hustings events before we all go to the polls next week, and today we're in the most marginal seat in our region, making it a key battleground for all the parties. Now, last time in 2017, the Liberal Democrat Layla Moran won here with just 816 votes, taking it from the Conservatives, who placed second, with Labour following in third, and UKIP finishing fourth. So what issues do people want the candidates to cover?
Social equality is the thing I'm interested in, and public services for everybody.
I'm hoping to see them talk about the real issues that are at stake: the NHS, Brexit, all the local issues at the Expressway.
And it's the Oxford to Cambridge Expressway that led to the most heated exchanges. Supporters believe it will be an economic boost linking the two cities, but the Transport Secretary has announced it's under review.
What are your party's opinion about the Expressway, and specifically the million homes, which would involve a doubling of the entire housing stock of Oxfordshire?
On the housing element, it's worth saying the original plan was across the arc, that particular figure. Now, if you haven't got the Expressway element and you're going to invest in rail instead, if you're going to talk about extra housing, any discussion of that should be about the brownfield sites near where that varsity line is.
Why couldn't you have cancelled the Expressway a couple of months ago?
I had to gather the data. His challenge to me was, don't run a campaign, gather the information, come and present it to me.
Layla Moran for the Liberal Democrats.
The audacity of what you're saying, James. I mean, we have known for years that the Expressway is not popular here. Well, I should say, just to be clear about my position, is obviously we need to now scrap the Expressway once and for all. I don't see why they couldn't have done that. Even if it was during an election, I would have welcomed it.
And in 2014, it was the policy of the coalition government. It was presented by Danny Alexander and Sir Patrick McLaughlin. No, it is not. I have the statement here. I have the statement from Parliament. They introduced it as a Liberal Democrat and coalition. And please, you had your speech. Let me have mine.
It's the wrong direction for us to be moving in. We want to move towards more green transport, electrification of rail, reducing the price of rail. It's massively extortionate, the price of rail at the moment.
And what did David make of it all?
I was impressed that they had clearly considered the issue. They're tackling it in very different ways. Layla Moran has been quite consistent, both in Parliament and locally, about her opposition to the Expressway. The Brexit Party is clearly against the Expressway. I think the Conservative Party line to emphasise the review. A review is not cancellation. I found that very equivocal, quite honestly. And then the Labour Party recently has announced it's now their national policy to cancel the Expressway and to look at the million houses scheme, which I'm very impressed by.
The candidates also discussed Brexit, the NHS, and how to get people voting in this election, a question they don't have long to find an answer to. Jessica Banham, BBC South Today.
Now, if you want to hear the